Hello everyone, my name is Reza-Astrid and today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that I loved in the month of August. And yes, if you're checking your calendar, we are closer to October and I should definitely be doing my September favorites at the moment. I have not sat down and shared with you or my 5 things that I loved in the month of August. But I figured these things are timeless. It's nothing that you needed to get immediately or needed to check out immediately. So I figured I'm gonna sit down, have a quick chat with you about the 5 things that I loved way back last month. And I hope that you find something that you are interested in and that you'll check out as well. So my number 1 favorite of the month of August is actually a response to one of the greatest birthday gifts that I've received to date, and that is my bicycle. And on my 25th birthday, my parents and my brother blessed me and gave me a bicycle for my birthday. It was something that I had mentioned earlier in the year, and my brother remembered and he nudged my parents and said, hey, Reza wants a bicycle. And I got my pink bicycle. I absolutely love it. We went on a weekend away to the West Coast and I got to ride my bicycle the whole weekend, and then I came home and I realized I live in a neighborhood with a lot of hills and it's a bit difficult to maintain, you know, riding in the neighborhood, but I've still been going riding now and then and I'm enjoying my bicycle. I do need to find a place to put my bicycle because at the moment it's in our hallway downstairs, and every time we have to go to the kitchen or do anything, it's like in the way, so I need to find a space for that. But it was just such a good birthday gift and I absolutely love it. It brings me so much joy. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, I have a bicycle. So it's really something that I genuinely appreciated and was genuinely surprised about. I'll link my birthday video on top and that you can watch, but 10 out of 10, my number 1 favorite in August was my new bicycle. And with having a new bicycle, I realized that I need some safety accessories if I'm going out for long rides. So of course I got my helmet. And then my second favorite is this running belt bag or bicycle bag that I purchased. And I just purchased this one really inexpensive from Mr. Price Sports. And it's just like a belt bag that goes around your waist. You can put in your phone, your keys, and anything just inside. It was so helpful because a lot of my running pants and gym pants, and usually the pants that I wear when I go riding, they don't really have a lot of pockets, and because my phone is big, my keys are chunky, I figured I needed a bag like this. And this was, I want to say like 100 rand, less than 100 rand or so, around there. It's really helpful and it just made my life so much easier. And I also realized that when I was wearing this, when I was walking Rufus, it was nice just to put some snacks in here so that he would listen to me and respond and come back when I called him. So I definitely would recommend getting you one of these belt bags if you're going for a run or a walk or a hike, or if you're riding your bicycle, walking your dog. This is really fun. And I also thought that this would be really helpful way in the future when we can go back to like concerts and festivals and so forth. It'd just be nice to put all your things that you need to put in this little bag, put it underneath your clothes, and then no one will see it, and then you can still party hands-free. So I really love that. My third favorite for the month of August was discovering, or not, I wouldn't say discovering, but realizing that Pep Home is incredible. That Pep Home is the only place I need to go if I need any homeware goods, or if I need to get presents, or just in general if there's something in my house that's missing and that I need to get and I don't want to spend millions of rands on. I can just go to Pep Home. I even got this, I got a couple of mugs. This mug, it has just 5 women on, and it said empowered woman, empower woman. And then another beautiful mug. But in the month of August, on that weekend away where I got to ride my bicycle, I went to a Pep Home and I literally spent a whole hour just walking through everything, touching everything, browsing, being like, wow, this is so pretty. And I realized that if there's anyone out there who you're moving to a new place, or you realize that you're actually missing some items in your kitchen or in your living room, or you need a vase or a vase, how do we say that word anyways? If you need a vase for your flowers, go to Pep Home. It's really inexpensive, it's good quality, It's generally just such a fun shop to shop in. Anywho, next up is starting our own podcast. Throughout the month of July, when I did the 25 videos till I turned 25, there was a lot of videos where I would just sit down and chat to you, chat to the camera, and chat with whatever was going on in my life at the moment in that specific day, or whichever topic would like jump in my head. I would like, oh, we really need to talk about this. And a lot of viewers suggested starting a podcast, and I was like, oh, I've never imagined in my wildest dreams that I would be doing a podcast, but I figured, why not, you know, let's do it. And I asked my friend, I was like, hey, would you be interested in doing a podcast, like a traveling podcast? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. And we sat down and we said we're gonna do it, and we did it. In the month of August, we launched our podcast. It's called Similarly Opposites, and it's myself and my friend Sakina. We've had a Similarly Opposites Instagram page for about 5 years now that we've updated here and there, and not really done much with it, but we've updated here and there as we've traveled overseas together, as we've done little adventures here in Cape Town and in South Africa. We've just updated it and kept it as a memory Instagram, like a page where we can store all our memories. So, oh, come here. Sorry, he's like licking his paw and I don't know what it is. So with that, we were like, oh, let's talk about our like travels, talk about traveling tips, maybe things that we found on the internet, maybe things that interest us throughout the week. And so far, by the time you watch this video, we've done 5 weeks, so 5 episodes, and they range from 30 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes. But it's just us sitting down, talking about the 8 different countries that we've traveled to together, and then once those countries go out, either we'll hopefully be able to fly somewhere, or we'll talk about future travels we want to do. But we just have so many traveling-esque questions that people always ask us, like how to budget, how to book certain things, where to look for certain things. And so that's why we have the podcast. It's like an information page, but it's also a page for us just to, again, store our memories, have a good chat on our podcast. So if you're interested in that, I will link it down below, and I'll also link one of the episodes up in the cards that you can check out. But please give us a like and a subscribe. And the nice thing about a podcast is you don't have to watch us talk for an hour. You can put it on in the background while you're making supper, while you're making a cup of tea. You don't have to watch the whole episode at once. You can watch snippets of the episodes as you go about your day. I know that's what I do with my podcast, because I always feel like when I'm doing things around the house, it's just quiet. No one's talking. There's no busyness in my house. And having a podcast feels like there's people in the house with me. So I put it on as I'm like washing the dishes, as I'm making some coffee, as I'm like putting on my shoes to take Rufus for a walk. When I'm on my walks, if I feel like it, I'll pop in some earphones and listen on my walks. But the nice thing about podcasts, it's not restricted to having to listen to it right now, right there, and having to watch it, which is really cool. We really would love to launch on Spotify and all that stuff, and on like podcast websites, because at the moment we're only doing it on YouTube. But with that comes other things that you need to figure out. And so we first want to know that we're like fully dedicated to doing this podcast, and that we want to do it for a long time, and then from there we will go on. But so far so good, and I've just been really enjoying sitting down with Sakina each week and having a chat and checking in with one another, and just having that quality conversation, and then also looking back on our travels and what we enjoyed and what we did not enjoy so much about our travels. Lastly, I want to recommend a K-drama to you. Yes, will there ever be a Reza-Astrid 5 things that I loved in the month without a K-drama or some type of money budgeting tip? No, probably not. But this month, in the month of August, I watched one of my favorite K-dramas to date, and it's called My Mister. And it follows a 40-something man who is currently at like a difficult part in his life and having to make difficult decisions. And it also follows a 20-something lady, and she's also having to deal with difficulties in life and coming to like a standstill of what to do with her future, what to do with where she's currently at. And they work in the same office, and that's how they meet, and that's how the interaction and their friendship starts. With this K-drama, it is so captivating. You feel like you're part of their lives. You feel like you're following along them, you're rooting for them. You know, throughout the K-drama, I laughed, I smiled, I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then I was like, oh, why is it happening? I was annoyed, I was frustrated, and I cried my eyes out. The last episode, I promise you, I think it was like an hour and 15 minutes. I cried for an hour and 15 minutes because it was just so wholesome, so beautiful. What's also incredible is that we don't just follow the two main characters in this K-drama, but every character, even the minor characters, they have full stories and we get to know them as well. So for example, the main man, he has two other brothers and we follow their lives as well, and their mom's life, and then we follow the lady's life as well as her grandmother's life and her friend's life. And it's so beautiful, such a beautiful story, because you realize how we really do need each other in this life. Like, we really do depend on one another, and we find comfort and hope in friendship. And that's the thing, like the whole time you're like, is this a romance, like is it a romance gonna happen between the two main characters? But then at the end you realize, like, why does it always have to be a romantic factor? You know, it could genuinely just be a good friendship, genuinely just be a supportive friendship. And it speaks on the difficulties of life, of being in debt, of not, you know, achieving your dreams, or achieving your dreams and realizing that that's not actually what you want to do, or living your life for other people and not for yourself, and doing things to make other people happy and not making yourself happy. Oh, My Mister, the title sounds strange, and it's a bit of a slow burn, so everything's happening very slowly in the drama, but 10 out of 10 recommend. I can't stop thinking about it, and it's been 2 months. I mean, it's been like a whole month and a couple of change. I think it's almost 2 months since I watch it, and just thinking about it makes me want to cry, because it's just such a beautiful story. It's definitely something that I would recommend to watch. I'll put it down below. My Mister, it is on Netflix, and yeah, it's just such a good show. And I wish I knew more people who watch K-dramas and who've seen this one, so we can sit down and have a chat about it, because it's just so good. So many emotions, so powerful. Loved it so much. And yeah, those are the 5 things that I loved in the month of August. I hope you've enjoyed this little video of me just sharing with you my thoughts of the 5 things that truly made me happy this month. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye! And thank you so much for watching and just being part of this journey with me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!